Welcome again to another episode of Coach's Corner. Today we have our girls varsity basketball coach with us, and she's going to be answering some questions that we posed to her. Coach Liz Bona, welcome, Coach, and thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So, Coach, we start with the first question, which is, where did you begin your coaching career, and why did you become a coach?
Good question. I began my coaching career while I was playing basketball overseas. I started with the very young youth programs in my club team, and then I worked at the international school, and I did some middle school level coaching there, and then I worked with the national team, and then eventually became a player coach before returning home to the States. Obviously, at first, when you are overseas and you're working with a club, you don't have a choice. It's part of your contract per se. And so I loved it. The kids were great. They didn't speak any English, so it was all demonstration type stuff. But I really enjoyed being able to teach, kids different sports and, be with them, an extended family, I guess.
Sure. So were there mentors in your career that you model your coaching style after?
I've had such a variety of coaches in my career that I feel like I've taken a little bit from everybody. But I would say my high school coach had the most impact, and mostly because I had him for 2 years as a coach, but playing overseas and then, playing in college, that's where I practiced. That's where I helped his teams. I got a lot of guidance. He essentially was instrumental in getting me to make the decision to go overseas.
Well, we've just talked about coaches. Let's talk a little bit about student athletes, Coach. So what do you look for in your ideal student athlete, especially in basketball?
We want somebody that has some passion for the game, that loves the game, that wants to work hard. It's no surprise to any of my players that I like things done a certain way. And I love it when the kids get after just embracing the whole basketball experience.
So as you start talking about some of the things that you're looking for in that ideal student, what sort of values do you instill in your players, Coach?
I'd like to think that we instill discipline, work ethic, hopefully a sense of camaraderie, and an enjoyment for the game.
So this is the question that everybody sort of rolls their eyes at just a little bit. But how has your program been impacted, and how has it handled the difficulties that have come with 2020?
Well, tonight should have been our second game, but we've been impacted with the start date being pushed back. The overwhelming fear I think everybody has about being in an indoor space, but our kids are doing great. They've been working hard all fall, and Coach Yoser's got his virtual workouts and they've been participating, and so we're looking forward to actually getting in the gym and shooting some hoops.
So this is a question that some coaches have sort of thought to themselves, why am I being asked this? But why should a prospective student join Newark Academy? And in this particular case for athletics, but why should they join Newark Academy?
Newark Academy is a great place to play a sport that you love. You get the whole package here. So many opportunities, whether it's not just the high academic standards, but you can be involved in clubs, in arts, in community service, and athletics is just the icing on the cake. You can stand out as an athlete, and you can enjoy a team sport or an individual sport for that matter.
And Coach, finally, our last question for you is, what piece of advice would you give to a young coach that's just starting their career?
It's funny, when I first started to be a player coach overseas, I'd get so frustrated because, things weren't happening right away. And one of my good friends had said to me, listen, you got to be patient, and it's going to take at least 2 years to get your program in the direction that you want it to go. And then you can continue to build from there. So I would tell a young coach, be patient. It'll happen, if you keep working at it. And, my other piece of advice is just keep growing the game, keep learning, keep going to clinics, looking at stuff online, all that kind of good stuff.
Well, Coach Bona, thank you so much for your time this morning. I do want to give you the last word, so I'll give you a moment to think about that. And we want to just say thank you again for coming on, and we're really looking forward to the season. I'm sure that our students and all of the coaches are looking forward to the season coming up as well. So, Coach, any last words?
It's the start of my 15th season here, and I'm super excited for the girls to get back and for us to just get to work and enjoy the rest of the school year.
Well, Coach, thanks very much, and we look forward to joining you as we watch your season unfold. Thanks very much.
Thank you.